Hey guys, I thought I would invite you into my kitchen and show you one of my favorite dishes, which I have done before quite a few times. It is an old tried and tested recipe that we absolutely love, called the creamy salami and fettuccine. Or actually it's creamy tomato and salami fettuccine, let me say that correctly. But since Vorwerks has made this safety announcement, I thought I'd just show you how easy it is to adjust your cooking style and just demonstrate to you the very few simple changes that you have to make. It's actually just one simple change that needs to be made. So let's get cracking. Let me show you in kind of fast forward, because this, like I said, is a recipe I've done before, so you've seen it out there again and again. First thing you're going to do is, once you've done the update on your Thermomix, some of the recipes that are in your, say, recently cooked, or you've saved them somewhere, or you bookmarked maybe, if they're showing the old style of cooking and not telling you the new information, which is to pop your simmering basket in place of the MC for anything that you're cooking above 95 degrees, then just jump out of the recipe and come back in. Most of the time you'll see a little sign come up that says recipe has been updated, and usually your Thermomix needs to be connected to Wi-Fi for you to see that, and then it will update the recipe and away you go. So I'm going to get started. I've already done the Parmesan cheese, so I'm going to skip that step. You might not know this, so I'm going to get you to come right on in. When you're looking at a recipe, if you've already done, say, the first step, you don't need to press it, and I want to skip it and go straight to step 2, and away I go, because I don't really want to redo my Parmesan cheese. So we want to pop in there our half a brown onion. Oh, that's actually 3/4, but you know me, heavy-handed and tweaking recipes all the time. 1 garlic clove, tiny little one there. We want some flat leaf parsley, which I always substitute for a handful of basil, homegrown basil of course. That's going straight in there. Next, this is where we're going to just chop. Now it's telling you to keep the measuring cup in because we're just chopping, there's no heat being applied. So 3 seconds on speed 7. All right, we're done. So we're going to do our usual scraping down the sides of the bowl. As you can see, it's just beautifully done in there. Scrape it down, don't inhale it. Helen, do not inhale. Because we know me and onion do not mix, and I always end up crying on camera. All right, half a red capsicum, in it goes. It's been de-seeded, our zucchini, pop that in. I'm not even measuring, guys, because it doesn't matter if you go just a tiny bit over, right, with our ingredients. We want to chop those things as well, because this is going to make the base of our sauce. And that's another 3 seconds on speed 5. Done. Again, we're going to scrape down. Oh, I love the colour of this when it gets to this point. It's just beautiful. So beautiful. All right, scrape it down, get it all incorporated. I'm of course going to go even further in a little bit, because we all know I'm a little bit of a texture freak, and that hasn't changed. All right, we want, oh, I forgot my olive oil. Hang 5 and a back. Olive oil. We want 30 to 50 grams. Of course, I'm going to go and do, 67. That's okay. I love my olive oil, right? All right, and this is the point. Come on in nice and close and have a look. Your screen is now going to say, place the simmering basket instead of the measuring cup to allow the steam to escape freely from the top. Because we're going to be going at 120 degrees rather than, if anything under 95, you wouldn't have to do this. But safety precaution, no, anything above 95 degrees, and away we go, speed 1. It's as simple as that. It's the first part of the recipe which shows you that change. All right, now because I actually added quite a few extra ingredients there, I could have actually added another minute to that sauteing time if I wanted to. So what I'm going to do, little tip for you guys, what you can do is with your right hand or left, whatever, take the lid, put it upside down and pop your basket on top of your lid. Can you see this? Doo -doo. Come in close. Doo -doo. Close. Just have a look at that. Look, and nothing goes onto my bench top there, right? So nice and clean, super easy. Let's move it just slightly out of the way. Now it's asking for, because see, that's kind of sauteed, but probably not enough for me because I added extra zucchini. So what I could have done if I wanted to is go the extra step. But this is, remember, just the base for the sauce, so I'm just going to keep going. 400 grams of Roma tomatoes. I'm using a can, especially if your tomatoes at the shops are crazy expensive prices. If you've always got, canned tomatoes on hand, go for your canned tomatoes. So I don't really need to weigh this because it is 400 already. All right, and then we're going to put 300 of water. I'm going to put a little bit of extra water. And what I tend to do is if I am using a can or a bottle of passata, I will always put a little bit of the water in there so that there's no wastage. Give it a swirl and in we go. And I'll put the rest of that water in there. I think I'm going to go more because I'm going to add more pasta. You know me? Yeah, let's go with about 480. Gosh, I never ever follow the recipe. Do I less? Never. All right. Then we want to put in our pouring cream, 200, that I will likely follow, 200 grams of pouring cream. Before I do that though, tweaking, because there's whole tomatoes in there and me texture freaking here, I'm actually going to add an extra step in here and I'm going to blend it a little bit. So when I want to blend something, even though I've been cooking at that higher temperature, I can still, for blending, because it's not actually cooking at this point in time, is put the measuring cup on, go back to home, and I'm just going to go up slowly to blend. That'll do. Just speed 5 for about, it's gone 8 seconds on there while I was going up slowly. You could have used the blend mode if you preferred for 10 seconds. Depends if you even want it chunky or you might like it non-chunky. You might like it smooth. So this is somewhere in between that. All right, what are we doing next? Let's go back to our bookmarked recipe and we're going to add in our pouring cream. At this point, ta-da. See, almost perfectly on 200 there. I can follow certain steps and guidelines. Instead of veggie stock concentrate, I'm putting some chicken stock paste because I love chicken stock paste, and if you haven't tried it, please do. It's amazing. So in it goes. Chicken stock paste goes in, and then again, it's going to ask us to pop our lid on with the simmering basket because we're now heating up and cooking the sauce which forms our base to our pasta dish. So 100 degrees, it's 10 minutes on there. I might add 1 more minute just because I've got a little bit of extra water in there, and away it goes. Done. All right, now it's at this point in actual fact that you can make it super silky smooth if you want to, because the ingredients have softened while they've been cooking for the whatever it was, 10 minutes, 11 minutes before, and you can make it really, really nice and smooth. But if you want it this sort of texture, so it's got bits in there, then you just leave it and move on to the next part. But you know what I'm going to do, right? Because I love texture. All right, we're going to go back to our modes. I'm actually going to do it in blending, remembering, taking the measuring cup, simmering basket off, measuring cup back on for blending, and find our blend mode. I only want it for like 10 seconds. And let's blend. All right. Oh, see, come see the difference, people. Super smooth. Well, not super smooth, but it's much smoother, much better for me. It only went 10 seconds. All right, we want 250 to 300 grams of fettuccine. When you're putting fettuccine in here, this one's saying to break it in half. But if you want it nice and long, what you can do is actually pop it through the hole in the lid, and then it'll allow it to soften a little bit, and then you can push it through. But let's just stick to the recipe for this part. All right, so we want a bit of our fettuccine. All right, then we want our salami, chorizo. You could put bacon or ham if you prefer, whatever you like. That goes in there. And then, oops, skip. Mix well with your spatula. Beautiful. And again, place your simmering basket on top. Next step, 7 minutes, or you can adjust it depending on your pasta and how long your pasta is going to take to cook. So on the packet of my fettuccine, it said 8 minutes, so I'm going to put it for 8. And it's on reverse because we don't want to chop. Oh, I forgot, I'm actually adding olives in there as well, which I can just pop through the hole in the lid there. Because I'm Greekifying it, and we're having olives and feta cheese, of course. So away we go. All right, that is done, guys. That is our dish. Smells amazing. So I'm just going to pop it into our oval thermo server, and that's pretty much finished. So here we go. Okay, done. There you go. And what I'm going to do to finish that off, you can pop some parsley on there if you'd like. I'm going to sprinkle with some Parmesan cheese because we all love Parmesan. And final finishing touch is some feta cheese. That's going to get crumbled on top for me. And there we go. Creamy salami. Was it creamy tomato and salami fettuccine? That's right, that's what it's called. All right, that is it. I'm going to pop this on. You can come and have a nice close look if you like. Done. And so that's how easy it is to adjust your cooking technique. It reminds you on the screen, even if you're doing manual cooking, it's going to remind you on the screen when you get into that 95 or above degree temperature. But it's as simple as popping your simmering basket on top instead of your measuring cup when you're cooking, and only when you're cooking above 95 degrees, and only if you're using, a TM6 measuring cup. And I hope you like that neat little trick there, because it's allowed it to all stay together. It has not, splattered everywhere either. If anybody was thinking that is something that might happen when you've got the simmering basket instead of the measuring cup, it's all good. Hope you got a little bit out of that. Pop any questions below, I'd be happy to answer. And get out there cooking, guys.